Hello everyone and welcome to another video. The Steam Deck is a fantastic device and one of my favorite handhelds of all time. There were only a few problems here and there that prevented it from becoming my undisputed number one. However, Valve went ahead and fixed them all in what I can only describe as possibly the best redesign ever. This is should you buy a Steam Deck OLED in 2024. Enjoy! The Steam Deck OLED was released recently in November 2023 as a new and improved model of the original Steam Deck. However, the old version, now called the LCD model, is still purchasable on the platform, so now buyers are left with the option whether to buy an LCD or an OLED Steam Deck. Which one is right for you is ultimately decided by your budget. The three tiers are now an LCD model with 256GB of internal storage for 419 euros, an OLED model with 512GB of storage for 569 euros, or an OLED model with 1TB of internal storage for 679 euros. As of the making of this video, Valve also offers the phased out versions at a greatly reduced price, but only until they run out of stock. Going forward, the 64GB and 512GB LCD models will disappear off the storefront. The Steam Deck OLED, like its predecessor, comes in a minimalistic package with a sturdy hard case. On first glance, both models are very similar, but look closer and you will notice some differences. First and foremost, there is the new color scheme. The new OLED model is almost entirely black, with the occasional orange accents, like on the power button or on the case. The button layout is identical. You have the same D-pad and face buttons, two responsive trackpads, two analog sticks, a pair of triggers and shoulder buttons, and of course 4 customizable buttons on the back. The only difference here is the texture on the analog sticks, which is a bit grippier on the OLED Steam Deck. Both devices feature a microSD card slot for additional storage, and I was even able to swap my game library back and forward this way. Other than that, all models feature haptic feedback, gyro aiming, and an impressive internal microphone. Oh yeah, before I forget, there is also a fantastic OLED panel now. It has the same 1280 by 800 pixel resolution, but is now vastly more vibrant and colorful. It supports HDR and is ever so slightly larger, being 7.4 instead of 7 inches diagonally. This change does not affect the form factor of the Steam Deck. Valve simply reduced the massive bezels, meaning regular Steam Deck screen protectors work just fine. So does every other accessory that I tried for that matter, whether it would be grips or cases. The greatly superior screen is however not the only upgrade. The OLED model features an improved battery life thanks to its larger 50Wh battery. Valve estimates an improvement between 30 to 50% and a total runtime between 3 and 12 hours. Which is a noticeable step up. The LCD Steam Deck battery life was pretty awful at times, lasting barely 2 hours when playing demanding games. The OLED model gives me a consistent 3 or more hours in the same use case. The difference became very apparent when I tested out Monster Hunter World, for example. The Steam Deck OLED uses the same, albeit a more efficient version of AMD's Zen 2 processor with RDNA 2 graphics. In my experience, I get ever so slightly more performance out of demanding games with the OLED, usually around 5 extra FPS or so. Keep in mind that Valve does not claim that the Steam Deck OLED runs games any better. It's just a welcome side effect of the slightly different hardware. Another example. Just like the LCD model, the OLED has 16GB of DDR5 RAM, but the transfer speed has been increased. The cooling fan is larger and also noticeably less noisy. The Wi-Fi chip is also better, offering more range and faster download speeds. There is less latency when using Bluetooth devices, audio or otherwise, and it does all of this by being 30 grams lighter than its predecessor. That may not sound like much, but in a direct comparison, you can definitely tell them apart. Little tweaks like that all throughout the OLED model's hardware make it a much more streamlined experience out of the box. Both models though are great devices and innovative in a lot of ways. The Steam Decks run on SteamOS 3, which is based on Arch Linux. The operating system allows you to switch between a console-like handheld mode and a more traditional desktop mode. In this desktop mode, you are not limited to gaming. You can install a wide array of applications, turning the Steam Deck into a versatile tool for various tasks. Whether you're into content creation, productivity, or other computing needs, the Steam Deck is a fully fledged Linux PC underneath. A while ago, I made a video about using the Steam Deck for writing, editing, and many other tasks. The link is in the description if you would like to check it out. But to me, the bread and butter of the Steam Deck will always be handheld gaming, and especially the OLED model shines in this category. I don't think there's a single genre that I haven't played on it yet, from No Man's Sky to Deep Rock Galactic to even real-time strategy games such as Age of Empires 2. Everything works well. In less demanding games, I was even able to utilize the 90Hz refresh rate for some extra fast response time. This is easily my favorite way to play platformers now, and the competition is fierce. But also first-person shooters are no problem. You can either use the analog sticks, the trackpads, or gyro for aiming. And if none of these options sound appealing to you, you can simply plug in a mouse or any other peripheral you can think of and use it that way. I experimented a lot on the Steam Deck and I have yet to find a device or peripheral that didn't immediately work on it. As of right now, over 12,000 Steam games are verified for the Steam Deck, with many more to come. It's worth noting that a game doesn't have to be verified to be played on the Steam Deck. Verification simply means that it runs flawlessly from the get-go. With a bit of tinkering and button remapping, you can make nearly anything run on the Steam Deck, since it's fundamentally a computer, not a console. And this is by far its greatest strength. The last months have shown that developers both large and small care about this system a lot, and so does Valve with their regular updates and patches. This is a very big advantage over some other handheld PCs on the market. Valve proved time and time again that they stand behind this product, and they will continue to support and refine it for possibly years to come. In summary, I wholeheartedly recommend both versions of the Steam Deck. Valve has put a commendable amount of work into this device. If I were to suggest a specific model, it would be the OLED version, which boasts numerous upgrades beyond just a better screen. I'd go as far as to say that even upgrading to the OLED Steam Deck from an existing model is worthwhile. I did so and have no regrets. For those with budget concerns, consider the 64GB LCD model. While it's being phased out, it's still available as of the making of this video, and it comes at a price similar to the Nintendo Switch OLED model, but with a lot more horsepower and features. I've always considered this model a solid choice, especially since upgrading the SSD later down the line is a relatively straightforward process. But that's it on my part. If you have any questions or want to share your opinion, please leave a comment below. Thank you all very much for watching, and of course, have a wonderful day.